What I like to do is first lay down a kind of syncopated beat that isn't so much about what it is altogether. It's more about the modulation and what it is once it starts. It's a little bit of a groove more than it is a rock beat. I do a flam rest, flam rest, flam rest, followed by sort of kind of an intricate African thing on the low drums. So it goes like so. The pattern is you ride on this tom here. Hopefully you've got the 17 toms. And it goes something like this. TBTL.
In the next hour, we will present information that's both shocking and enlightening.
Oh, boy. Who keeps putting Twizzlers in the fridge? Is it Sarah?
Crystal.
Crystal does
She likes them cold
Okay,
like
well, Crystal, you and I are going to have another Twizzler talk.
I cannot believe this stuff is on the radio. This is what our youth is being subjected to.
That was great. That was good. You went for it. I appreciate that.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. This is a whole new level of nerd.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
Well, all right. Hello, good morning, and welcome everyone to a Monday edition of TBTL, the show that just might be too beautiful to live.
It's electric, and there's no turning back.
My name is Luke Burbank. I'm your host.
They just want you to be normal, and clearly you're not.
Coming to you from the Madrona Hill studio, perched high above the mighty Columbia on another rainy Monday, where we've made it, friends, to episode 4,624 in a collector series.
Let the fun begin.
It's beginning to look a lot like Listmas. That's right. We've got a list today that we're going to talk about of the best situations in which one can be eating candy.
Here's my sweet stash. Let's freaking party.
Something that I've been doing weirdly more of late. I don't know what is going on. I don't know if it's the aging process, but I am developed more of a sweet tooth. And so this list comes at exactly the right time for me because I need to make sure that I know when and where is the best times to eat candy, as I'm sure all of you do, as I'm sure this guy does. Mostly right now he's focused on trying to further monetize TBTL.
I gotta figure out how to make money on this thing. It's simply too good.
Of course, you know him as the longest-running Cobra of the program, possibly best known for his depictions of the tall ships. He's Andrew Walsh, and he's joining me right now. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning, Luke. This is working out well. Do you hear this? You know what that is?
I thought it was the beginning of 60 Minutes.
Yeah.
I'm Andrew Walsh. I'm Luke Burbank.
I love it. This is a little bowl I have that has candy in it, and this candy came from an unexpected place last week. I haven't gone through all of it yet. I've had a little bit of it, but you know how I was all excited last week about my new microphone stand / arm? One thing I didn't mention to you is I bought it from a company called Sweetwater. You've probably come across Sweetwater before. They sell all kinds of audio and radio equipment, right?
Any kind of guitar stuff you might need, cables. They've really got the market cornered. Also the name of the band of my former next-door neighbor who would never actually cut his trees the way he should have.
Really? So this is adulthood. This is when you were in Mount Baker. I don't know how much.
Yeah, the band that I made, I mocked mercilessly on the show when one day reading their website because I knew that my neighbor had written it all, but kind of in the third person.
Oh yes. And then did you get in trouble for this?
No,
nobody heard it.
No. Nobody heard it, and B, he didn't. He was conflict averse. Conflict / being a good neighbor averse.
Yes. Well, that's why you moved out. But anyway, Sweetwater did something pretty sweet that I was not expecting. True to their name, they included 2 little bags of candy that said, thank you for being a sweet. Well, you've ordered. This was my first Sweetwater experience.
Howard Stern buys stuff from them and talks about how they put candy in there.
Oh, I'm biting Howard Stern's bit. Well, I didn't want to do that. But actually, speaking of biting,
can you play a really shitty version of Blackbird while we're talking? Because then I'd really be stealing. Can you play "Dust in the Wind" by Kansas? But about every second note is the wrong one.
I want to tell you what's in this. It was a kind of a grab bag of various candies, but small. It's not none of it's chocolate. That wouldn't travel well. They're just they pre-make these bags and they throw it in your order at the last minute. So it's got to be somewhat hearty. So you got these. I would put these on the sort of And again, the list we're going to hear later from your brother, David, from the basement.
Oh, nice. It's DFTB.
Yeah, it's going to be the top
Love
5, I believe, candy eating experiences, not actually top 5 candies. So I think I'm in my right to do this. Oops, one of these is actually open. I'm going to have to throw that away. But it's got these two things. You know, the little
peppermint,
peppermint,
and then the green one.
Yeah, the
which
red
is that a different
ones
flavor?
and the green ones. I prefer the green ones. Unfortunately, this is the one that it's already compromised, so I'm going to throw that away because you don't want me eating on the air. But these are the things that are in the little bowl at the front desk of a restaurant, and you can grab them, right?
I want to be nice about this. I think that those peppermints are... I don't even dislike them, but I think of them as the lowest form of candy.
That's what I was going to say. That's why I'm not trying to do my own list here, but they are. And I think I do dislike them a little bit because you suck on them. I was trying to avoid the word suck, but here we go. You suck on them for a while, but eventually you're going to bite into them, but then they're super sticky. Oh, God. Then they're super sticky, and they get caught in your teeth and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
they
not
kind
a
of break
huge
apart,
fan of
too.
those.
They get sometimes there's a sharp... basically a crevasse opens up sometimes in them, which you can kind of catch your tongue on,
I know what you're talking about. Oh, look, there's an orange one, too. I've experienced red and green before, but never orange. But then, now I'm excited about these. I haven't had these in forever.
Oh, boy.
Dad's root beer in the shape of a little barrel.
Now, that's elite candy in my mind.
Especially for
the
a
Dad's
sucking
root
candy.
beer in the barrel shape.
A hard candy.
That's a treat. That's an absolute treat. And in fact, I'm actually jealous that you have a Dad's root beer.
I can save one of these for you. I got 2 of them, actually. And then you get into the Chewies, and this is where things get interesting. There's a Laffy Taffy.
This is a lot of candy they gave you for free.
I know. Let's see, a Laffy Taffy, cherry-flavored Laffy Taffy. I've never been a huge Laffy Taffy person, but what's that? Oh, is that a song? Shake That Laffy Taffy?
Shake that Laffy Taffy. That Laffy Taffy. Shake that Laffy Taffy. I never saw you out in the clubs.
No, you didn't.
Probably why you didn't hear Laffy Taffy.
I got a double bubble. A classic,
double bubble.
just one double bubble.
Double bubble, I think the misleading, how do I phrase this? It's a misleading name, double bubble, because I would say the flavor lasts maybe half of what a normal thing of gum. Not only is it not double, I know they're probably talking about the size of the bubble.
Yeah, I think they are, yeah.
But the flavor with double bubble is always always a disappointment.
It starts low, and then it goes
starts
low,
high, and it ends.
Does it start high? I mean, it starts with that
To me, it
classic
did.
bubblegum flavor, whatever generic pink bubblegum flavor is. The thing, though, is, and this is what I've been building towards here, was... And this was the last one. Bit-O honey. Bit-O honey. Something I don't even remember that much from my youth, other than
I remember this so much from my youth.
Like a grandpa kind of thing. And then, but for some reason, when I saw that 2 Bit-O honeys came with my microphone stand, I was like, that was the first thing that really caught my eye. I'm like, I want this Bit-O honey. I even said to Genevieve, I'm like, hey, the radio people sent us some candy. Help yourself, but if you don't mind, just don't eat the Bit-O honey. I want that. And she's like, yeah, not a problem. I'm not going after your Bit-O honey. I had one last night. It was good. What's people's problem with Bit-O honey?
Well, I remember being a kid and thinking, miss me with any candy that's honey flavored. We have honey at home.
We have honey at home. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
Like what we don't have at home is we don't have Reese's cups.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have Snickers. We don't have Nugget.
Mm-hmm. Do you have 3 Musketeers? Love those.
We had 2 Musketeers. We weren't rich enough for 3.
We have 3 Musketeers at
we
home.
We had D'Artagnan.
And then you get home, it's just 2 Musketeers.
And other guy.
Yes.
But, you know, like I just remember being in the store and being like, a Bit-O honey seems, I say this a lot, but it seems like a candy that was invented when they didn't have as good of, when people didn't have honey in their cupboard like as a normal thing. So if you're a kid, you're like, ooh, this is a sweet treat. But then at some point it became the default that everyone's going to have honey at their house. Therefore, I'm not going to the store to buy something that tastes like something we already have in the cupboard at home. I'm buying chocolate.
Now, my memory of it, and I ate it last night, I'm trying to think, it almost tasted... This is going to open up a whole nother argument front on us. But I almost feel like it had a mapley taste. Could that possibly be true?
Yeah.
It tasted less like honey and a little bit more like a little bit of a syrup.
It's a honey-flavored taffy with almonds.
With almonds, that must have been what kind of, maybe that's what I was thinking. But I really enjoyed it. And so far, it's the only one that I've eaten out of the whole bunch. And I got one more here that I'm saving, that Genevieve cannot have. Keep your hands off my Bit-O honey, is what I said.
Between the mid and late 1970s, a chocolate-flavored version called Bitto Chocolate. Boy, that is creative naming.
Yeah. Well, you have a brand you want to play on.
Yeah, that's a good point. You know what's not creative naming? We need to get to the actual list. This is gonna be one of those weeks where it's like we'll this list could last us for 4 days because I need to tell you about Bluesky posts that I put.
I saw a couple. I saw this Buc-ee's one.
I thought this Buc-ee's one was so funny. Speaking of what I think of as maybe less than creative naming of things, the story is, somebody had a baby at a Buc-ee's. That kind of thing happens. Buc-ee's is this big. They call it the world's largest gas station. And I did this whole story premised on that, so I guess I'm complicit in this. But it's sort of a Costco with a lot more hot food being made at different stations that has gas pumps. You know what I mean?
As big as a Costco, really?
Well, maybe not quite as big, but my point is that it's like it's pitched as it's the world's biggest gas station. It's like, well, no, it's a huge store that has gas pumps.
Yes.
I like Buc-ee's. Don't get me wrong. And I had my Buc-ee's hat on back last weekend when I did the family get together, and I was speaking of David from the basement. I was talking to David and his wife Alicia about Buc-ee's, and we all love Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's is a fun place. I'm not anti Buc-ee's, but this baby was born at a Buc-ee's. This is the Today Show. Mom gives birth, and they got a little picture of the baby who's just as adorable as can be, and the Buc-ee's sign. Mom gives birth in a Buc-ee's parking lot, and her baby girl gets a fitting nickname, Little Bucky. I think my tweet was, or my post was, incredible creativity with the nickname there. Like, what was little baby born in car at Buc-ee's taken? Like, I feel like that nickname is not very creative at all. I mean, I guess these people just had a baby. They've got a lot going on. Maybe their strong suit isn't creative nicknaming of the baby. They just seemed a little on the nose.
Luke, I'm sorry. I'm seriously, my mind is so flipping blown right now. I'm looking at your Blue Sky account. By the way, I liked a Blue Sky post you posted the other day. I don't know if you noticed that. I gave it a heart.
Oh, thank you. That's a rare from you. I appreciate that.
This is
the one about my mom becoming a Swiftie.
Yeah, that was funny. But I'm about to tear our entire relationship apart.
Oh, no.
I need you... Okay, before I tell you to do anything, I want to tell you a little story.
Okay.
I'm going to withhold certain parts of this.
Okay.
For starters.
Starting tomorrow. 5 best candy situations.
No, we'll get to it.
Okay.
We'll get to it today. But a few weeks, I don't know, like a month and a half ago, whenever I took a trip to Cleveland, Ohio, sometime earlier this fall, I tweeted something, or I blue-skied something that for the first time in my life actually went quasi-viral. Emily Nussbaum, if I'm saying her name correctly.
I love her.
Of course, yes. And I was not following...
Cue the Sun. She wrote an incredible book about the history of reality television.
And I never followed her. I followed her on Twitter back in the day. I did not know she was on Blue Sky, so I wasn't following her. But I posted something, and then I was on the airplane, and I had Wi-Fi, so I was like looking at things. And then suddenly, my Blue Sky I was looking at Blue Sky, and then out of the blue, suddenly it says you have 30 new notifications. I was like, what? And then I looked again. It was like, you have 30 new notifications. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Emily Nussbaum reposted something that I posted. And once she did that, I had that thing that happens maybe once in a lifetime for me.
I remember it well from the couple of times it's happened to me.
Which is you're just like, oh, another 100 people, another 100. It always limits it to 30 notifications. But then over the course of the next few days, I would watch it go across from like West Coast time. And eventually I went to bed one night and then I woke up the next morning and a whole bunch of people from Europe had liked it and retweeted it. It eventually got into the furry community. And then like a day later, a whole bunch of like kind of furry accounts were retweeting it. The tweet had nothing, or the post had nothing to do with furries or anything. It was just interesting to watch this thing go viral and sort of move. And it was 1,300. They stopped counting individual likes after a while, but it's somewhere else.
This is a post on Blue Sky that
there's
you did.
a Blue Sky, and it got 1.3 thousand.
Where is it? I'm on your account. I want to see this.
Well, it's the exact same one I posted the exact same photo that I'm realizing a few weeks later or a couple of months later, you have posted the exact same photo from SeaTac Airport that I posted.
Oh, seriously? The leaning guy?
It's a guy leaning on a barrier, and it's like got the big, as you call it, the Ghostbuster symbol, like no leaning, and it says do not lean on barrier. But it's funny because the black and white image, the guy who's leaning looks so chill. He's like so cool. And I wrote, I didn't even want to lean on this barrier until I saw this cool guy doing it.
Oh, my God,
And that's the only
Andrew.
time I've ever gone viral. And now I see that about 15 days ago, you took the same exact, and this, I can tell it's the same sign based, wait, no, actually the staples are going a different way. So it must have been a different part of SeaTac
Well, there was a lot
Airport.
of them, if you noticed.
And you
they
wrote,
had stapled up like 50 of this "Do not lean on barrier."
You
signs.
literally made the same joke I did. You wrote, and miss a chance to look this cool? No dice, lawman. Basically saying, look how cool this guy is who's leaning on this barrier. You You saw me go viral. And you got jealous, and you thought, I'm going to steal this same exact joke, and I'm going to post it, and I'm going to once again, I am going to draft off of Andrew's popularity.
And Andrew, I was karmically rewarded with a total failure because it only has 22 likes. And so, the hive mind realized that I was trying to just get a little more mileage out of your joke, and they decided they were not going to reward me. Now,
I can't believe it. I'm just like looking because you were talking about the Buc-ee's thing.
Right?
I mean, we made the same joke about the same exact sign and I remember passing it too, and I remember thinking, I don't have time, I got to catch my plane. But I was like, that's funny, and I got to the airport plenty of time. I'm like, I remember like kind of passing it, and then taking a step back and being like, I got to take a photo of this thing, but not really thinking that much of it. And then again, it's blue sky. Like some people liked it. It's not that big of a deal. It's not life changing, but it is a fun thing as you watch this post get appreciated, right? And so it's just so funny that here I am. I'm scrolling through your thing months later, and I see that. And I thought I was going to thank you for retweeting my thing, but then I realized, no.
Can you check?
You did. Oh well, this was definitely yours that I saw it.
No,
first.
but I'm saying here's this is a possibility, Andrew. It's possible that I did see your post, even maybe retweet it, and literally Men in Black it from my own brain. Because obviously, I mean, all joking aside, you know that if I remembered that you had done a post, I would never do the same post. Unless it was through, like, actually, that would be a really funny bit of trolling if I just
keep doing it every
time. I just keep redoing your post. But obviously, I wouldn't do that intentionally. So that would mean, but you could probably look at the receipts, and if I liked or retweeted your post, it means very obviously I saw it, and then completely erased it from my own brain, saw these signs, hastily assembled signs at SeaTac, had the same thought process you did, and then posted my own loser version of yours.
I don't see an easy way to tell.
Well, why don't I see this on your feed, by the way? That's what I don't understand. I'm on Andrew Walsh.
Are you sure
on
it's
the
right
Bluesky
Andrew
account.
Walsh? Is it my little?
It's
my little logo thing.
Yeah, it's got the little.
What's the latest thing? So, did you see not the latest, but the Sony Walkman I posted a couple?
Yeah,
okay.
I see that.
Okay, then a little update of my thing.
I see Mr. Met. I see some.
That's
okay,
not Mr. Met. That's a
down.
snowman, by the way. But okay, some radios, and then
I see it.
Look,
nice.
Look at the. You can even tell the wall is the same. Like you said, there's a whole bunch of them.
It was that. It's some temporary. They're doing some construction, obviously, at SeaTac.
Yeah,
and they're. Oh, by the way, I had a moment. Speaking of the SeaTac construction, this is right before I took my photo, my less successful photo, Andrew. I had an interesting interaction with the guy working at the Alaska Airlines bag check, because because of, I guess they're redoing the Alaska Airlines bag check area at SeaTac. That's part of this huge construction project, and so I was checking bags. So this was back when I was on that pretty long trip from Miami to other places. So I had different climates I was going to be in and shows. And so I had kind of a lot of luggage. And so I just checked it. And you go up to the thing. I'm kind of spoiled because I mostly fly Alaska and I have enough status that what I do is I go and I wait in the line for the fancy people. And then a very nice Alaska Airlines person, they greet you and you hand them your suitcases and they put a sticker on it and they put it on the conveyor belt and it's out of your life. But if you don't have that status, there's the other kind of hoi polloi option, which is print out your own thing and then bring it to some kind of a conveyor belt that you have to put it on and do a whole thing. I don't know if the last time you flew, if that's what it was like for you. But basically, I end up going over I follow the signs. And even though I'm in the fancy line, I go up to this very nice guy. He's working at the desk, Alaska Airlines. But I can't just give him my bags. I have to enter all my information into this screen. It's kind of like when I was checking to that hotel in LA and they made me use an iPad, even though the guy was just standing at the counter. I'm like, I know what this is. They are freaking training us to start doing this ourselves. They're trying to get rid of the guy who works here. and like I think his name was Armando, and so I was like,
Isn't that the name of the guy from White Lotus?
is that
No, I
which
think
guy?
I must be wrong. Season 1, didn't he have a name something like Armando? Maybe I'm wrong.
So this thing, I've got to type in a lot of information on my own, and then I have to put my own bags on this thing, which are actually heavier than I realized. And I was like, man, I feel bad for these employees I'm having do this all the time. But there's an outline on the conveyor belt. You have to kind of put it on there and make sure it's in the outline, and then hit something else. And I just realized, oh, they're just training me to do all of this stuff. And I said, Armando, what's up with this? I go like this. They're having us do the whole thing that normally the Alaska employees would do. He goes, yeah, but the good news is that like when they redo all this remodeling, that the first class entry, there'll be someone there to help you. I go, yeah, but this is them trying to get everyone who's not in the mileage club or whatever to just start doing. I go, they're going to have the robots replacing us. And he goes, yeah, I don't know. I go, we need more Armandos and less robots. And he goes, hell yeah, man. And we fist bumped.
Nice.
And I was like, me and Armando had a moment there.
You
But anyway,
radicalized him. By the way, Armand was the name of the hotel clerk. And I thought you were talking about the hotel clerk before when you said Armando, which is
By the
why
way, you're
I
very
interrupted.
Close. That was pretty close.
But
all that is
yeah.
to say, that's the construction in question. It's these barriers, and they're kind of like, they're sort of sound barriers / they're mostly just visual, I guess. But then they're kind of flimsy. They don't want people leaning on them. So that somebody printed out and laminated, I'd say like 10 to 15 of these signs and stapled them up all over that place.
Now, I will say, I'm not mad at you here because obviously I agree with you. There's no
Just
way
disappointed?
you wouldn't want to post something that I already posted. Like that's lame and you wouldn't go for that. But let's talk about our friend and longtime listener and supporter, Cinder.
Oh,
Cinder
yeah,
is
Cinder Conlon.
Yes. I see that Cinder gave you the only comment you got on this was from listener Cinder, who has a big laughy emoji with tears coming out.
Nice.
I didn't get
Love it.
anything from Cinder. I didn't get anything from Cinder on my post.
And
No
even though I got
comment.
fewer interactions, and I got zero Nussbaum
yeah.
retweeting on me, I got that coveted Conlon
Yeah.
laughy emoji, which
Yeah.
honestly, you can't put a number on that. That's, to me, that's worth 1,300 retweets.
So there is somebody I'm mad at, but it's not.
As long as you're mad at somebody.
Thank you, baby.
All right, let's thank some donors. These folks are supporting TBTL financially in these turbulent times, in these fractured media landscapes. Here we are doing this thing 5 days a week, 52 weeks a year. There's not a weekday that goes by without a new original TBTL episode, and it's thanks to folks like Malia Maddock, who's out there in Everett, Washington.
Thank you, Malia.
Thanks, Malia. Thanks to Brad Zwierink of Springfield, Missouri.
Oh, when you say
Springfield,
Springfield, it's
Missouri.
always a cliffhanger. We don't know what
We've been to
state it's gonna
Springfield,
be.
Missouri, Andrew. You and
Oh
I.
yeah, did we go through that when we were hitchhiking?
We did when we I don't know if we stayed in it, but didn't we try to stay in the Bass Pro Shop Hotel, but it was sold out or something?
Oh, I don't know if we tried to stay in the hotel, but we were near there. I remember.
Yeah.
Oh, we stayed across the street. That was when the woman who was chain smoking dropped us off across the street from that place, right?
Yes, and we also I think we went to a wonderful seafood buffet, or at least we considered it. Who knew Springfield, Missouri, so much seafood buffet?
That's right. I do. Wait, I might be confusing my two different cities there, but that's right. That was the seafood buffet place that we ended up swerving on.
I think so. I think
yeah.
it felt a little landlocked for that.
Yes,
for us.
exactly. We went somewhere
But,
else.
but
You
it
know
was a
what?
fun-
We ended up having a nice a succulent Italian meal. I'm now remembering where
succulent
we
Italian meal.
Is there any chance you remember where we ended up? It was kind of a nicer place that had.
Yeah.
I just remember it was like, yeah, it was nice and cozy in there, and
Yeah.
I feel like maybe we had some wine. I don't know.
That sounds about right. That seems like a thing that could have happened on that trip. Thanks to Lisa Curry, who's in Hoffman Estates, Illinois.
Oh, well, we've
No, I don't-
broadcasted from Lisa's driveway or parking lot before, right?
In Hoffman Estates, Illinois.
Well, that was when she was living in Southern California for.
Oh, that's our Lisa.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I don't even, unless she's wearing a Green Bay Packers jersey and standing in a sort of parking area in Oceanside, California. I have no context for our friend
Wait.
Lisa. Of course.
And I said southern. Oceanside is northern, isn't it?
Southern.
No,
Southern.
it is southern. Okay, got it.
Yeah, it's San Diego.
I'm
area.
losing
Yeah,
confidence.
no.
I'm just draining confidence here.
No. You were right.
Okay.
Don't let me not remembering Lisa's last name drain your confidence, sir. You were right.
And
I was wrong.
Of course, we saw Lisa too in Wisconsin when we
We were hanging at the
hanging
after party after the party at what was that place that we liked?
The
while we
5
were
o'clock.
there?
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
Thanks, Lisa. We really
Yes.
appreciate you. Go Pack. Thanks, Natasha Bruzewitz, who's in Moses Lake, Washington.
Hey, all right.
I was telling you on the show like a week ago, Andrew, about the haircut I got where the person cutting my hair said, wow, what are you doing getting your hair cut by me if you're a TV star? And that one was from Moses Lake, Washington. I don't know if she knew Natasha.
Oh, okay.
But that's what I think of now when I think of Moses Lake. Now I'll think of Natasha being there. Thanks, Natasha. Appreciate you. Thanks to Catherine Poe, who's in Elkins, West Virginia.
Now, you know what I'm doing here? I'm trying to see how close is Elkins to Wheeling, because I spent a lot of time in Wheeling when I was a kid, Luke.
Were that where the Chutches were?
That's where the Chutches were, in my bopshi. Exactly.
This is wild, Andrew. We've got Catherine Poe, who's in Elkins, West Virginia. And then right down the road in Martinsburg, West Virginia, that's where Chelsea Davis is.
Oh.
Chelsea Davis and Catherine Poe. They're both in West Virginia, and they're both donors today.
That's
Unbelievable.
amazing. Thank you. For a second, by the way, my map was telling me it is literally impossible. There is no way to get from Elkins to Wheeling or vice versa, and that's because I was trying to do it via public transportation. There is a way to drive.
I get that a lot, and it freaks my chili, Andrew. By the way, thank you to all of our donors.
Yes,
Couldn't do
thank
this
you.
without you. I a lot of times I'll be somewhere for a TV story, and it's always a bit of a it's a touch and go thing for me because I'm often doing TBTL with you. So I'm trying to get the producer to schedule our shoot, in a way that I can do this. Sometimes I'm trying to do live wire from the hotel room. There's a lot going on. And there's been more than one time where I'm putting it in ways to just see like, okay, we wrap TBTL. My guess is it's a half hour. Let me double check. And I put it in, and because the map thing is on walk or public transportation, it'll be like, it's 6 hours away. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm in the wrong state. I went to the wrong state. And I switch over to car and it's like, oh no, it's 20 minutes. Okay. Very terrifying.
You know what I like to do sometimes? This is a joke I came up with a long time ago, so I'm going to set it up like that. I'm trying to think, maybe I even tweeted this or something in the old days. I just remember a long time ago thinking it was funny to tell your Google map on your phone that you're walking somewhere, but then get in the car instead and just like really impress it. Just like, look how fast I am. I'm just a speed walker.
Well, listen, now that your blue sky career is taking off, you don't need to get your validation in these weird computerized ways like you
Hey,
can.
Emily, I got another one.
Hello and welcome to Top Story.
Our top story, Andrew, we've mismanaged our time by being so
Already.
entertaining.
I know.
By being so entertaining.
I know. It's just
that
I struggle with this. I'm too entertaining just ask Genevieve.
Yes.
She's like, you're too entertaining all the time.
Exactly. And because of that, we're running along, and today is we're going to be trying to keep things kind of to time, meaning we are going to carry over. We're gonna move over our voicemail list from my brother about candy, and we're gonna dig into something that is maybe we can do in a little more economical fashion. So we're switching. Omaha.
Okay.
People can't see this because this is audio, but I'm clearing the play. I'm audibling. I'm up at the line. I see what I'm going to take what the defense is giving me, and I'm going to audible us into an RPO. And here it is. Who are we gonna hear from? Or what are we gonna read here?
And so what we're gonna do here is, without disrespecting the list that we're switching to. So we didn't really set this up at the beginning of the show, but a while back we started to get into this idea of top 5 lists. We're the only podcast to ever do this. If you've heard that this is something that they did on the Levitard show, I don't know what you're talking about. That's crazy talk. But listener Bobby, I think, sent in a top 5 list kind of in that style a while back, and it was fun. And so listeners started sending in their top 5 kind of experiences covering all kinds of aspects of life. And that's why your brother sent in a whole bunch, including the candy one that you mentioned. It was like top 5 candy experiences, which we're gonna hold off on that one because it's a long voicemail. But I did get an email here that's a bit of a shorter one, and this is from Aaron in Olympia. And I think that you and I can do this economically, Luke, because we are famously illiterate.
Mm-hmm.
And Aaron's list is top 5 movies that are better than the book.
Wow, okay.
Aaron says, I asked my 5 this question because he loves lists, and he immediately thought of top 5 movies that are better than the book. Now, the chance of you and I each having read and watched all of these is almost nil.
Yeah,
but I'm interested.
I guess they would say a non-zero chance, but as close to zero as it gets.
In this case, it's about 0. I feel, though, because this is an email, we need some sort of audio spackle. Do you have anything there? I could play the TBTL calendar music.
Ooh,
is this listy enough for you?
I mean, this definitely makes me want to show you an old Confederate flag.
Yes. How much is this worth?
My great uncle gave me. And they said, sir, this was made in the 1980s. Your uncle's just a racist.
So this was made in China.
Sir, this was made in China last. This was bought on Amazon. Your uncle bought a Confederate flag on Amazon last week. You need to have a talk.
This shouldn't have even come here. All right, let's see here. So, Aaron, So, I'm going to need you to either Google or fill in the blanks on some of these for me. What about A Walk to Remember? Aaron says that was my contribution to this list. Number 5 is A Walk to Remember, movie better than the book. What do we know about this story?
Not a lot.
I don't know.
Well, I know that it's Mandy Moore because I'm looking. The movie is Mandy Moore.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought
named
Mandy Patinkin. I'm more excited about.
There isn't anything that isn't improved by Mandy Patinkin. Although, funnily enough, saying I know Mandy Moore would be an overstatement. I did interview her for TV. She was lovely. We've corresponded since then. Really quite nice person. It's a Nicholas Sparks book,
of course.
my friend.
Okay. That makes
which
sense.
I just learned recently. A lot of those books are set in the area of North Carolina where my granddad, Farnham Burbank, lived out his days, down there in New Bern.
That music is
A Walk
awful.
to Remember.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that music anymore, man. It was killing me. I'll go with this. We use this for Hey Dummies. This is better. I feel so much more relaxed with this. That music was putting me on edge.
Did it make it feel like you needed to wax your mustache more?
Something. It was just like, it was so frenetic. It was like, am I watching Mama's Family or am I doing a top 5 list here? Okay, so there you go.
A Walk to Remember.
Number 5 was A Walk to Remember. That was Aaron's contribution.
Which is interesting because I don't want to sound, I haven't read the book or seen the movie, and I don't want to sound like I'm being dismissive of Nicholas Sparks' work because, by the way, it's very popular and people seem to love it. But I get the sense that a Nicholas Sparks book is written almost like a movie. Like it's kind of cinematic.
And it isn't. Is Nicholas Sparks young adult literature? Am I wrong about that?
I don't know if it would be originally. It's like he did The Notebook, which was actually about The Notebook was about. I think it's a beautiful story of a couple, and then they have there's an auto accident, and I think that the wife loses her memory, and so the husband is like. Basically reenacts their whole life together. He has this notebook that this is awful. I can't believe I'm trying to guess at the plot of the Notebook. Has something to do with him basically like she doesn't remember all of their special moments and he sort of recreates all their special moments or something like that.
Okay.
But they're adults.
You know what the funny thing is this must have come up on the show somewhat recently because I just typed in Nicholas Sparks and it auto-completed from my history Nicholas Sparks movies. I forgot Nicholas Sparks also writes for the screen as well as
yes.
these things.
Also, I was loud wrong about The Notebook. It's not a car accident.
Okay.
It's a mill worker and a wealthy woman in the 1940s, South Carolina. Also, by the way, Walt, what are you talking about saying that's where South Carolina is not North Carolina. My dad gave me some bad intel on the Nicholas Sparks books. Anyway, they have an on-again, off-again relationship. It's framed by an elderly Noah reading their passionate love story from a notebook to Allie, who has Alzheimer's. So he is reading the story of their love to her because she's now forgotten about it. And then I believe we see the younger actors reenacting what happened to them. Point being, it feels like stuff that is almost written for the screen as it's being written as a book.
Because he is a screenwriter as well, and I'm looking at a list of all of his movies or books that immediately became movies. But and I know of The Notebook because that's what really got. I mean, I know Ryan Gosling was famous before that, but I think for a while that was like the guy from The Notebook. Okay, that was number 5. Walk to Remember. And number 4. movie better than the book. The only one on this list that I've seen both the movie and read the book. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Stieg Larsson.
Stieg Larsson.
Why do I know that having not
it. Nice.
having not seen the movie or read the book?
You Stieged The Landing is what I meant to say.
Stieged The Landing. It's good. Possible show title.
Yes. Sorry, go ahead. I cut you off twice now.
I'm looking at it here. Oh, Daniel Craig in the movie version. And is that Rooney Mara? Is that a Rooney Mara?
It's one of the Maras, and I believe it's Rooney.
It's Rooney. Right.
I've got it. You got it in front of you. Yeah. Now, it's been a while for both of these from me. They're very upsetting, the story of the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. And I read all three, I believe, or at least the first three when it was a trilogy. I'll bet you there's more now because it was so successful. But I do believe I read the original series of the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. And the thing I remember from the books is it's like, gets into some really salacious and gritty stuff, but it's also written it's written from a sense of it feels very removed. It feels like the perspective and the narration is very removed, and everybody's very calm. And the thing I remember most is, Luke, you would like this as a young hip person. They drink coffee all the time. Middle of the night,
even before bed,
getting ready to go to bed. They're always there's always busy work, and it's like he's always has them making coffee, drinking coffee, preparing the next day's coffee. And I always think about that. I'm like, it would just be so nice if I just could handle that much coffee in the day. But you hear how fast I talk after one cup.
Yeah, I'm good for maybe 1.5 cups total in the day. Maybe sometimes an afternoon little pick me up, but yeah, not like it sounds like they're doing in this book. It's also, this is neither here nor there, but I'm on the Wikipedia page for the film, and they're doing something sort of creative with the imagery on the movie poster, and it's Rooney Mara in profile, and then it's also, I guess, Daniel Craig. But the whole thing, they have Rooney Mara's character looking exactly like Yolande Visser from that weird South African Zeph band or whatever.
Geez Louise.
Deantword.
Deantword, yes.
She
wow.
looks like half of Deantword in the poster for the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. So anyway,
So this next one on the list, number 3, movie better than the book, is Casino Royale.
Speaking of Daniel Craig.
Speaking of Daniel Craig, although, and I assume that we're talking here about the remake of Casino Royale, not the 1967 sort of rompy, because somebody took that James Bond book, Casino Royale, but then turned it into one of those, kind of, I think, horny romp comedy movies of the late 1960s, right? The kind that you'd often find a Peter Sellers or a
kind
Ringo
of what the
Starr
Austin
in
Powers
or
movies are sort of a parody of.
That's my understanding of it, although I've never seen it. Let's see. So
yeah,
Ian
John
Fleming...
Huston directed it.
So this would have been kind of near the ending of it. Oh, look at this!
This is starring Peter Sellers.
It is Peter Sellers. So I was. Oh, and Woody Allen. I must have
David
saw
Niven,
this
Orson Welles.
Okay. I'll bet you I watched this in college because when I said a Peter Sellers type, I really didn't think he was in it.
Music by Burt Bacharach.
Yeah, this is a vibe. That's the original one, but my guess is Aaron's talking about the 2000s Casino Royale, which was very serious and had Daniel Craig, and I've never watched it because I heard there's a torture scene that is really rough.
I have watched it, and I thought it was really good. I saw that in a theater.
People loved it.
Although I do, if I remember right, and I'm sure this came up on the show many years ago, I kind of feel like it opens with a big kind of casino card scene that doesn't really make total sense.
Because casino card rooms or casino card
I know
scenes.
a fair amount,
yeah.
And kind of like how these games tend to go, and it's like, of course, they don't want the They don't want the actual way that, let's just say, poker or because I feel like it's a card game they're playing. They don't want to let the rules of the game get in the way of some. It's like everyone's turning over like 5 aces and then someone has like 6 aces, something like that. It's like my vague memory is that it's like I don't think that's how that works, but okay.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, number 2 on the list. Number 2 movie better than the book is The Prestige. What do we know about The Prestige?
It's about magic. Right? Does it
That's
have?
What I think. Oh, it's a Christopher
like Ed
Nolan
in it, or
I'm looking it up here.
No, it's Christian Bale and
Hugh
It's also got
Jackman.
Hugh Jackman, Michael Caine. You were only supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
It's inevitable. It's inevitable. People of our taste and age cannot say Michael Caine without slipping into that.
And you don't do the broken voice.
Oh, Scarlett Johansson is in this.
Oh, ScarJo.
How do you feel about? My dad laid something on me when I was visiting him a couple of months ago. He just said, "I don't like her." She appeared in a commercial, or maybe she appeared in a commercial for a movie that she's in or something. He's like, "I don't like her." I'm like, "Huh?" Like I've never heard anybody have a strong opinion on her. Generally speaking, I just thought that people like her in movies.
I have not heard about. I've not heard any. Yeah, the same thing. I've not heard anybody who has a problem with Scarlett Johansson's work, and I remain a big fan. Now, here's what's interesting, Andrew. The movie poster for The Prestige looks a ton like the movie poster for The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, except it's just different people's on there.
Oh, really?
But it's like the same thing where you've got like, well, in this case it's 3 different people, whereas The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo is 2 people, and they're all kind of in profile and overlapped with each other.
Oh, wow.
This must be a thing they were doing around this time.
One was 2006, one was 2011, so I'm going to call that the same kind of era. That's interesting. Kind of the way book covers all looked alike a few years ago. They were all
my gosh, they were all that cartoonish, that kind of where you at Bernadette.
Yes, exactly.
Or where'd you go, Bernadette, kind of like cover art at every single Hudson News bookseller.
I felt like they were almost like candy, sort of like you would see them and you want the covers really were. They did draw you to it. I feel like. All right, are you ready for the number one?
Yes, I'm so ready.
Movie.
I should have gotten a drum roll ready for this if I knew we were gonna.
Oh, and we're out of jazz music apparently, but that's okay. We're almost out of energy too. The number one movie that is better than the book, according to Erin and her 5, is.
Yes. I can skip ahead.
Okay, we done? Or is there going to be a?
That was just
okay. Okay. Fight. That was good though. I'm glad we did that. Fight Club.
That was good. That paid off.
Yeah. No.
Wow. Fight Club. Okay.
Fight Club.
Book. Movie better than book.
That is the point. Movie better than book. Now, have you read the book?
I have not read the book. I've seen the. No, I might have read the book. I think I might have read Fight Club.
It seems like
came out
something you
long
might have.
enough ago that I was back when I still read books for fun, not just as an assignment from my my other job.
Because
I think I might have read Fight Club.
How do you say his last
Chuck
name?
Palahniuk.
Palahniuk, yes.
Who I was at the Mazda dealership with some time back, about a year ago. We were both waiting to have our cars serviced, and I was going to say to him, "Hey, I'm that radio host who interviewed you once on stage when you were on an Ambien and red wine, and you were totally insane the whole time." And then I thought, I'll leave that alone.
Yes, because he probably didn't remember if he was in that state. Anyway, so there you go. I can't weigh in on it because I've only seen the movie. I liked the movie. I wasn't as obsessed with it as some people were, like Genevieve. Genevieve was obsessed with Fight Club when I met her. Yeah, that would have come out before we met, and she was obsessed with it.
I really liked that movie, though. I have to say.
I liked it. Yeah.
And you know what? I don't think I read that book because I remember being pretty shocked at the end of the movie and what the twist of it is. And then I think what's so genius about it is it goes right from, my memory is, it goes from that kind of moment of realization to Where Is My Mind?
Yes.
Is the song that plays under the closing credits. And it's just like perfect time. I remember watching this on a Netflix DVD, Andrew, that I had rented, that Netflix had mailed to my house in that little envelope. And I was in my basement of my first, where the Cryan Tree is, my first house there on Beacon Hill. And I remember going from just like moment of like, holy crap, to like, the opening notes of Where's My Mind, and just being like, that is a killer song to end this movie with.
Yes, and I can picture that last scene, at least how my mind remembers it. And I remember also thinking, this is interesting because a lot of people, this is going to be their introduction to, like the younger generations, this will be their introduction to the Pixies.
Honestly, might have been mine a
song.
little bit. I've never been a Pixies guy. I mean, I probably had heard, This Monkey's Gone to Heaven or something. I don't think I knew that song, though, to be honest with you, until that movie.
I feel like now I'm looking at it here on Spotify and it's got huge numbers. It's probably, I would guess it might be one of their most famous songs, but I can't tell you if it would have always been one of their most famous songs before this movie, but it certainly is now. I feel like it would have been, but maybe not. But yeah, that was a really arresting way to end the movie.
Yeah. Oh, I've got one. Can I throw in a last little nominee?
Yeah,
But I haven't
please.
read the book.
Yeah. Oh, but you haven't read it, but you're going to say
No,
that the movie's
but
better.
I'm not gonna let that stop me, Andrew.
Okay.
A person of more limited imagination would let that stop me,
Sure,
but I'm
yeah,
not that person.
no.
I think The Shining. I love the movie
Mm-hmm.
The Shining, and I know Stephen King was very mad because Kubrick took out some of his hedge monsters. Kubrick kind of made it. I think there was more kind of weird magic in
Yeah.
the book than there was in the. And then of course they made a TV version of it, TV movie version that was more to Stephen King's liking, and I thought it was a lot worse.
Oh, it was terrible. It was with Stephen Weber, and Stephen King was like, I like this one. And the thing he really didn't like is that they removed the idea of Tony being actually, is corporeal the right word? I feel like I throw that out a lot. In other words...
Oh, so Tony was a real person, not just a little man who lived in Danny's voice?
I read...
Danny's
It's
throat?
funny. It's funny you brought this one up because I have read the book and seen the good movie, the theatrical release. And I'm pretty sure that, maybe Tony did manifest actually as a being in the book, because I feel like that was Stephen King's complaint, and then they returned that in the made for TV one, whatever it was, with Steven Weber, right? That's the right
Yes,
the guy
of
from
Wings.
Yeah. And it's just like, it's so, I know we've had this conversation a lot because I think I've grabbed the screen grab of like of Steven Weber like talking under a tree or something to Danny. Is that the kid's name? Danny. But it just seems so cheesy, and it's sort of one of those things where it's like, what, boy, Stephen King, nobody can deny that he can write an amazing story, right?
Yes.
But he also has kind of bad taste.
Well, that's why I'm confident saying, having not read The Shining, that I think the Kubrick version of The Shining is probably better than the original Stephen King book.
I'm going to say a book that was better than the movie, and this is going to hit a little bit close to home for you because you used
Bible.
to play poker. The greatest story ever told, called Gangster Squad, which was directed by a friend of yours who I usually like. I remember
Ruben?
liking the movie. I thought it was, Ruben Fleischer, because I was a fan
funny.
of Ruben Fleischer and some of his
right.
really early work. And I remember like reading Gangster Squad.
He did Zombieland, right?
He did Zombieland, which I've never seen all the way through, believe it or not. And I know that that's like
Pretty good,
really celebrated. Yeah, I think that's a great movie from everything I hear. But I remember being excited. I'm like, I happen to have read Gangster Squad. I don't know why. Again, I'm sort of drawn to that kind of noir-y kind of crime stuff. And so then I went to see the movie, and I was like, oh my God, this doesn't live up. So that would be my list of one book that was better than the movie.
Okay, I'm not going to tell Ruben that when I don't see him again.
Yeah, you haven't seen him in probably 30
Los
years.
Angeles. Haven't
right?
seen him in a while. So,
Mhm.
but if I do see him, I'll low key that part of the whole.
Okay, good. You ready to get out of here?
I am so ready, as are the listeners probably, but I have amazing news. We're going to be back here tomorrow with more Imaginary Radio, and we will get to our candy list, okay?
Yes.
If we do one thing tomorrow, we'll be getting to the candy list. So if you can, tune in for that. In the meantime, everybody have a great Monday. Hope all your really good, nice pivot, my friend. Do you know my Wilco cover band? We played this song.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did the crowds love it?
We never played for anyone. When I say played the song, we practiced it. We had 0 gigs. All right. We'll see you tomorrow. Please remember, no mountain too tall.
And good luck to all.
Power out.